So I've met with a few people in their early 60s and they come to me for retirement planning. And they come to me and they ask me, they tell me about their lifestyle that they want during retirement, how much they want to travel, the things that they want to do. And then when I dig a bit deeper in terms of the numbers and I start crunching the numbers, I realize they can't actually live the lifestyle that they want during retirement, or they can't retire as early as they want. And it's always a tough conversation to have, and it's always easier to just avoid that conversation in whole by starting to plan for retirement early. My name is Nico from Vantage Planning, and I'm going to talk about when and how to save for retirement. And the analogy I always like to give is just save as if you were a squirrel, right? So what squirrels do is that during the winter time, it gets really cold and they can't go out and go get their nuts and seeds. So what they do is that during the months that they're not hidden during the winter, they store nuts for the 3 or 4 months that they're in their trees or in their nests, right? So take this example of they need 200 nuts per month during their months of winter, right? So if there's 3 months of winter, December, January, February, they need 200 nuts each per month, so it's 600 nuts in total. What they do is that they save nuts throughout the months that they're not in their trees so that they have money during the winter time, or they have nuts during the winter time, right? And you want to take the same approach with your finances, right? So your winter is pretty much your retirement years when you're 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and you have to save money during the years when you're working in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s for that time when you're not making money, right? So what squirrels do is they don't wait until November to start saving, because if they need to save 600 nuts, that's a lot for 1 month of work, as well as they still need to feed themselves for that 1 month, right? And you wouldn't want to take that same approach with your finances, right? You don't want to wait until your 50s and 60s to start saving, because it's a whole lot of money that you need to put aside every month, right? So what squirrels do is that they, as it starts to reach March, when they start getting out more, that's when they start saving nuts for the winter time, right? So they go out and hunt for nuts to eat today, and they save some nuts for the future as well for winter time, right? So for you people who are in your 20s, 30s, 40s, you can start earning money, spending money today, but at the same time put some money aside in the future for those retirement years, right? So you want to start as early as possible. Now is a better time than never to start saving for retirement. But what the more important question is for you to start asking, how much do you really need to save for retirement, right? And this answer is going to be different for everyone, right? There's no unique or magic formula. But one thing that helps you plan forward is start thinking about the lifestyle you want in the future, right? So I'm going to share 5 steps with you right now to help you start planning for retirement, right? And the first step is to think about the lifestyle you want during retirement, right? Think about all the vacations you want to take, the things that you're going to do every day, and think about all the expenses you're going to have every month, right? And the second step is to calculate all that and see how much that would take every month for you to live that type of lifestyle. How much it's going to take you every month, how much your expenses are going to be every month during your retirement years to maintain that lifestyle, right? The third step is to think about what age you want to retire. Is that 50, 55, 60, 65? Right? And then the fourth step is realize, okay, how much do I need at my retirement age so that I can pay myself out the monthly amount every month until I pass away, right? And this is, for example, if your retirement age is 60 and you need $3,000 every month, right? How much do you need at age 60 saved up already so you can pay yourself out $3,000 every month from age 60 to whenever you pass away in your 90s or something like that, right? And the last step is think about how much you need to put aside today so that when you're, say, for example, age 60, how to get that $1 million at that time, right? How much you have to put aside every month today? What rate of return do you need to get that so that you can have a more accurate savings plan for your retirement, right? And the reality is that it's all going to be just an approximation. It's not going to be an exact formula, but it helps you start thinking about how much you need to save and helps you realize, oh wait, there's actually quite a few things that you want to consider, and it might be a bit more than you initially expected, right? So 4 things you want to consider when you're going through this process is 1, through your work, you might already have something like your group benefits, or your group RSP, deferred profit sharing plan, any pension plans that you have, such as a defined benefit or defined contribution plan. These are all employment benefits that you get that help you save, or that help you with retirement income. So then you want to consider these in your plan as well. Right. Second thing is that there's also government programs such as Canada Pension Plan, Old Age Security, and Guaranteed Income Supplement that help you provide you with retirement income during your retirement years. Right. Old Age Security and Guaranteed Income Supplement are government paid, so they might not be guaranteed once you reach retirement. But if you're closer to the years of retirement, you might want to consider that in your calculation. Third thing is to remember that it's not just how much money you put aside, it's choosing about the right investment vehicle for you. Because the investment you choose when you're saving in your 20s is different than when you're in 50s, and it'll create a direct impact in terms of how much you actually have to put aside every month. And the last thing is, don't forget to take into consideration the importance of taxes and inflation. These 2 things erode the value of your money, and so if you forget to take into consideration these 2 things, you lose a lot of money over time, and you might often fall short of what you intend to save. Right? So, hope you found this helpful. One last thing for any of you guys in your early 20s or late 20s or early 30s is that it might be hard for you to start planning 40 years in advance, and it might be too many things to think about because you still have to think about your marriage or your first home or your children and their education, things like that. So it might be hard to come up with an exact number. So a good rule of thumb is to save anywhere from 10 to 20% of your income into an investment in a long-term investment strategy that can grow for you and that you don't touch for the long term. Right? So when you get closer to your retirement, when you're closer to 40 or 50, when you have a more accurate calculation in terms of how much money you need to save, you already have some money saved up aside, so you don't need to put as much money away then. Right? So hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, don't forget to like this video and don't forget to subscribe. And I want to hear from you guys. What's the next video you guys want to see? What do you guys want to learn? And shoot me a message down below, leave a comment so I can hear from you guys. And I'll see you guys next time.